Hello, my name is Charlie Haffey, and the title of today's presentation is Google Calendar. I'd be lost without my Google Calendar. And the good thing is that I can access it anywhere. My phone, my laptop, my iPad. Also, you can find it in things like Google Docs. It's everywhere. Let me show you some of the few things that you can do with Google Calendar that can make your experience just a little bit better. I'm looking at my standard Google Calendar user interface, the Google Calendar desktop, if you would. Over here on the left, I have a thumbnail calendar, and I can scroll back and forth by month if I'd like to. Here I have a little bit more finesse. I can go to the next or previous unit of time, and I can set those over here. So I can look at the calendar by the day, by the week, by the month. I don't think I've ever looked at it by the year. So if I do go by the week, then I can come up here and scroll forward by weeks just to see what's up and ahead of me for the near future. If you get lost, all right, the easiest thing to do is just click on today, and that'll just bring it back to where you started from. So I like the month here. There is a best view for me when I need an overall look at what I'm doing. I come up here and I look at the schedule. And what it does is it just dumps everything into chronological order in a very neat format. So I can see very clearly what I have coming up over the near and far future. The schedule is a really, really efficient way of looking at this. I'm going to generate a new event. And I'm going to have dinner on Thursday the 20th. I'm going to shoot for 7 o'clock. And I want it at Joe's. And I'm going to start in the location here. And as I type in Joe's, the software knows where I am, and it's going to be looking for all the local Joe's that are nearby. I want to go to the one in Dedham, Joe's American Bar and Grill. When I am looking at my calendar on Thursday afternoon, I click on the location icon for this event, and it's going to generate a Google map with the destination. If I needed to, I could click on directions, and it would guide me right to Joe's for my dinner appointment. I am going to add a guest, and once I click on this, the software is going to look through my contact list, and it's going to try to auto-populate what I have here. So let me go with Jesse. Jesse is my brother, and I'm going to click on that. And let's see, got that. I hate these notifications and emails. We're going to change those in a minute. So I'm good with that. Let's go to save. This is good. Would you like to send invitations to guests? I do. I want to know if my guests are coming. They can respond to the invitation, right? So there's my 7 p.m. dinner. I like that because I can invite people, they can respond, I can really know what's going on. It saves me from playing phone tag. I want to change my default notification settings. So I come up here to settings menu, the gear icon, and go to settings. And right now I'm looking at my general settings. I really don't need that. I need to change the settings for my calendars. And the one I want to change is right here, Charlie Haffey calendar. So I can come down here. I want this one down on the bottom, the event notifications. So let me scroll it up. We have a better look at it. I'm going to delete this and delete this. I'm going to add a notification, and I want a notification 1 hour, add a notification. And I want a notification 1 day. 10 minutes is not going to do me any good. I could be sitting there in my gym shorts watching the Red Sox and get a pop-up notification. I'm supposed to be someplace in 10 minutes. That's just not going to work. So I find this to be helpful. I really don't like emails for notifications. I don't use my email enough during the day to let that be helpful. Google Calendar is great for displaying one calendar, but it's even better at displaying several calendars. I'm going to come down here and I could ask anybody on my contact list if they would share their calendar with me. And if they said yes, then I could take a look at theirs alongside mine. So let me just do this. I have to go to Haffy PD. And if I click on here, this calendar is going to ask via email that account if you can share that account's calendar. And I have actually already done this. And if I come down here, I can click on this, and here is the Haffy PD calendar. If I deselect tasks and deselect reminders and deselect my personal calendar, you can see that all these blue items right here happen to be on my business calendar. I don't use that much, but here's a good example of why I might do that. Anytime you see a entry that is surrounded by a solid color like this, a bar, that means it's an all-day event. So let me go back here and get both calendars going. This is really handy for me, or if I was like working with a partner, a business partner, or somebody on an elaborate project, being able to access their calendar would be a very important thing to be able to do. I have more fun ahead of me. I'm going to add other calendars. And I could create a new calendar. Let's say my siblings. I was going to create a new calendar so people were preparing items for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. They could, put reminders and tasks on there that we could all look at. You could just copy URL from Outlook or someplace like that. You could import a calendar. But for me, the only thing I use here is Browse Calendars of Interest. And I'm going to click on that. And there's plenty of holidays you can look at. Sports. So I'm going to come down here to football. And I'm going to go to the National Football League. And I can add the calendar for the schedule for any given team that I like. So let's see. The New York Jets? No. The Giants? No. The Patriots. Come over here to the Patriots. Click here, and I'm in business. So I'll come over here. I'll go back to my calendar, and you can see that on the 23rd, the Patriots and the Lions are playing at 8:20 p.m. If you go back into previous games that are past and just click on them, it tells you the score. Of course, you probably already know the score of all the games anyway. That's two really nice ways of looking at calendars, more than one calendar. I've just got a little bit of a science geek in me, so I like the phases of the moon. I do like to go out stargazing, looking at the stars. I don't turn that on unless I really need to find out when the phases are, but it's handy having it there. Let me re-click my tasks and reminders, and I'm going to show you another way to create an event. You could create an event with the Create Event button, or you could just click on a date, say the 28th. And now, because my reminders and tasks are active, I can click and make an event, a reminder, or a task. That's a pretty convenient way of moving around to 3 different applications. And I could just go ahead and do these as I did my dinner date before. Of course, if I wanted to, I could come up here to my sidebar and click on tasks up here. That's pretty common to a lot of the other applications. That was a very brief look at Google Calendar. There are so many other things that you can do with this app. If you have any questions, go online. There are a lot of resources there. Me, I go to YouTube. I am very much a visual learner. I'd like to hear from you if you have any feedback about this presentation. I'd also like to hear from you if there are any other subjects you'd like to see covered in a future presentation. Feel free to email me with any of your comments or questions. My contact information is below. My name is Charlie Haffy. That's my show. Thanks for watching.